Check, check. Are we on? Are we on? Are we on? All right, let's settle down, people. Fish, you got your mic?
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Fish.
How you doing?
Call me Alt. It's Alt and Fish.
Alt. Sorry.
Alt. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Full Frontal Nerdity.
Hi, everybody.
I wore a flannel because I thought it'd be cold. And I've already smelled 3 farts in this place already. It's so tight in here.
And that, well, 2 are me, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for showing up for our podcast. Jeff couldn't make it here tonight. So we'll be doing a duet of his best songs. It's going to be a blast. So before we roped Cerise to be part of our deal, how many people had heard of Full Frontal Nerdity? Oh, you
how
fucking
many?
liars.
How many have actually
Just a bunch
listened?
of fucking liars.
How many have listened to Full Frontal Nerdity? 1. Thank you.
Our count is up to 64 on that 4th episode.
Yes.
Fucking rocking it.
Holy shit.
This is not an all ages show. I'm gonna swear
This is
like
great.
A son of a bitch.
I actually feel like trying tonight.
Why?
Because there's people here. This is amazing.
Yeah, they're all from fucking Moorhead. It doesn't really count. It's fine.
All right. Well, have we introduced ourselves? Dan, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alt. I'm glad y'all coming. From Moorhead. I'm sorry Moorhead Spuds did not make it all the way, but congratulations, Moorhead. Hey, Fish, this is kind of a Moorhead crowd.
Yes. Yeah, you may recognize Dan from every fucking article for the last week.
Well,
about the Moorhead Spuds.
I'm going after this podcast. I'm going into hiding for about 6 months. Yes, that's what's going to happen.
And I'm Fish. I'm just here because Dan asked me to be here. And
that's as easy as that was.
yeah, that's as easy as it was. Dan goes, let's do a podcast. Okay, that sounds like fun.
Yes.
So here we are.
We don't have a lot to talk about. We're not going to be up here talking for too long because I know you're not really here for us. There's a person here that used to be in a band. What's the name of the band again? Which one are you going to use? Phone, Stickman, Flint? Who remember Flint? How many people remember the band Flint? That's right. Say it again. That's what it was.
There you go.
That's right. That's actually the definition for Flint Fish. So Fish and I used to know each other. We found each other at an ad agency. We're both in marketing and ad. So it isn't like us to want to be in front of people in marketing. We want to hide. Right.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, we're going to talk for about 20 minutes with Jeff. We're going to get him out here, and then we're going to do a little Q&A because I'm sure there's been things that you as fans have always wanted to ask him.
And the first question is going to be, when are the phones getting back together?
Yeah, right. When are they going to get back together and play a show?
See, I told you.
Which I can answer that now. Probably fucking never. You know, so we're going to take advantage of Jeff.
Wow. Don't crush dreams.
Maybe we do this. What's the month today? I don't even know what month it is. November. Maybe every November we do this show on Thanksgiving.
There you go.
So let's get him out here.
Let's do it.
Mr. Jeff Cerise, join the party.
Woo!
Hey! Oh, God, they're playing music. They played you on with music. How cool was that? I didn't even ask them to do that.
No, how did that happen?
Is that extra? God dang, that's another $50 just down the drain.
I don't know how this happened.
What do you want to say to your fans, Jeff?
Well, thanks for coming out. This is like a class reunion. Welcome.
It is.
It's good to see everybody. This is a cool little room, isn't it? It's got a good vibe. I couldn't think of a better spot to kind of come out of musical retirement.
Yeah, we started this podcast, and I had is Manny here? Jim Manny, are you in the crowd right now? I don't know, did he make it? He flaked, didn't he? I just was meeting with Jim Manny. I said, I should call Cerise, see if you would do an acoustic show, and got you on the line, and you fucking said yes. That's weird.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
It's kind of been a long time coming.
It really has. You and I have been talking about this forever.
Yeah.
At least 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's great.
It literally has been.
I've been in the woodshed ever since.
Dan said, I want to do something with like a musical act or something. We should do like, we'll interview him, and then like 2 days later, I just talked to Jeff, and he wants to do it too. So let's do it. And here we are.
I didn't even wash it after I took it out of my ass. It's just like, we want to do this. It's going to be great. So where do we start with you, Jeff? Do you want to talk about phones right from the beginning, the uprising that you had? Not uprising, that's a wrong word.
Uprising.
It's like rebel youth.
Pitchforks
know.
and torches out in the streets.
Start it wherever you
I
want
blame my
to.
family. I don't know words. Yeah, let's start. Okay, you guys got together. Let's talk about the phones. We got at least 5 minutes. We can talk about your history. Let's go.
Well, I heard somebody mention Flint, a spark of hot rock, which was kind of where this all started back in the
Right.
mid-'70s. And
Are there any like bootleg recordings of Flint out there? Because I've never seen.
oh God,
Any
good-
MP3s?
good question.
Are they on Napster?
MP3s were about 50 years after Flint.
Are they on MySpace?
I don't know. We might have some cassettes.
You had cassettes of
We
Flint?
might have some cassettes from
Are they in
Flint.
sale
I'll
here
have to
tonight?
look.
Jeff has a merch table in the back if you ever want to give him more money.
Yeah, I mean, I found that stuff's as outdated as a cassette. I mean, the only thing we didn't do was an 8-track. But as I was looking for chords and lyrics and amps, I
you
found
still-
this box of CDs that I didn't know I had. So I brought a bunch of them up there, and they might as well be here instead of in my garage getting chewed on by mice.
Are your calluses still there? Or did you have to build them up?
I had to build my calluses back up, and
right.
now I can barely feel my fingertips.
That's
That explains
awesome.
the blood that was all over on the floor
Right.
there earlier.
Price of being a rock star and a legend, Jeff.
Yeah, now I can.
So, okay, you guys, Flint, keep on going. Let's build this.
So yeah, Flint started in high school. It was a great bunch of guys. Chris Quanco, Steve Pearson, Pat Wheeler, Brad Matson, myself, and Paul Tingham. And we were just kind of hanging out in Brad's basement watching his dad's country band practice. Brad was in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade playing country music with his dad. And then I had hip surgery twice in high school, which pulled me out of hockey. And I needed something to do with my undiagnosed ADHD energy.
Still got it. We've all
So,
still got it.
you know, they put me on a stool and said, "You can be the singer and we'll start a rock band." So that's kind of how it all started, is literally like that. And we tried to do Good Lovin' Gone Bad by Bad Company as our first song ever. And oh my God, it was such a disaster. We were just laughing about it the other day. It was almost like one and done. This song was so bad, everybody was like, wow, we picked a really hard one to start with. And then I think...
How many chords are in that song? There's like 3 chords in that
it's
song.
3 chords, but Paul Rogers, he's a good singer.
All right.
And I thought I could do it. But then Tingham brought like some music books, and Quanco was on an upright piano, and they pulled out one of these books, and they're like, oh, here's Rockin' Pneumonia by Johnny... Who is it? Rockin' Pneumonia. Johnny Rivers.
You're older than me.
Johnny Rivers. I got the rockin' pneumonia and the boogie woogie flu. And that was
Jesus,
so...
he had a
we all
sing-along
knew it
going
at the time. Chris started tickling the ivories, and we just played it, and it sounded great. And it gave us the confidence to move on to the next song and the next song. And it was like...
This is still Flint right now?
Yeah, Flint.
Okay.
This was our first rehearsal. And it could have ended with Good Lovin' Gone Bad.
Right.
But instead, well, I think we learned Home in My Hand by Foghat that day, and we learned Jumpin' Jack Flash and Brown Sugar, and we had all these stones. Once we learned Rockin' Pneumonia, it was just like the floodgates opened, and we're like, okay, we can do this. And I came home, and we ate dinner at home with the family, and I put on this cassette, you know, those little Panasonics tabletop, and I hit it, and my family's eating dinner and listening to it, and they're like, that's you singing?
Oh.
I'm like, yeah? No way. And that's kind of when we went, yeah, we kind of fooled people.
Well, I thought it was one of the early articles said you put this band together, and were you comfortable with, they named you the Jock? What got the jock in the band? I was like, seriously?
Well, that's all you did, you know. I was
You were
in
the
hockey,
jock,
and
Jeff, really, were you?
I wasn't really a jock. I was just
Especially
a
after
hockey
your,
guy.
after your hip surgeries.
I was a very, very small jock, 125-pound jock.
Yeah.
You could stuff me in a jock.
Well, like I have... And I'm sure they've tried. They
Wear 'em
often-
as suspenders. Right?
Yes. They often say how far can you get on personality? As you and I can attest in Fish, pretty far.
That's right. Yeah. Don't have to be
So I
attractive.
mean, we took off from there. We had fun. Our first gig was at the Dirty Bird in Moorhead, and then we started booking dates with the Winston Kiefer Agency. And then, we were doing weekends during high school and borrowing mom and dad's cars and station wagons and pickups. And yeah, from about 15, 16 years old till now, I've been working nonstop.
The agency you were with was called what?
The Winston Kiefer Agency.
Was that a local deal?
Local talent agency, yeah. They book bands and...
There's a little hot nugget.
Yeah,
that
Katie
many people
Kiefer
know.
was in our grade, and she was at the Dirty Bird, and she's like, I'm going to introduce you to my brother. He's an agent.
Who else?
And,
Did they represent other bigger names in the area?
Oh,
or
yeah,
anything?
they were booking the Uglies and Rough Rider
Okay.
and Gravel Road and Argus. All those bands, by the way, were our huge influence growing up. I mean, we'd go to these shows on Broadway in Fargo. There'd be outdoor shows. They'd play NDSU, and it was like, wow, these guys are great.
Yeah.
And such an inspiration, and that really kind of pushed us on.
Yeah.
And then in '79, we graduated in '78, and around that time, we were kind of digging what was happening across the pond and the energy and the fierce new wave and punk rock that was coming over. We were just a little bored, I guess, with the hard rock, and we cut all of our hair off and changed our name from Flint
I
to the
didn't know that
Phones and
either.
took
I'm
off.
sure all you guys knew that. I didn't know you started out as a heavy metal band.
Well, we're doing all the.
So did you do all the glam rock too, and you had long hair and the makeup?
Yeah,
Because you still
kind
have a
of.
little bit on right now, actually.
Yeah.
I can see it from here.
Yeah. I forgot my eyeliner.
Yeah. But no, I did not know that you started out that way. Then
Oh
you kinda
God,
turned
yeah.
into-
I mean, that was that music to this day is still just some of the best written rock and roll music that you're ever going to hear.
There you go.
But the stuff in 1979 and '80 coming over, like the Police and the Sex Pistols. I mean, we were just like, what the hell is this? Let's go. And so we did, and that's kind of when we took off. We got a little house in Little Italy over in Dilworth, and we started writing our own music in '79, and we hit the road and never stopped for 2 years. We just never even got a house or toured nonstop.
This
And,
couch jumping, that's one of those classic stories
Yeah.
of the band guy.
Yeah, they actually, the janitor at the Best Western in downtown Minneapolis took us down into the shop one day, and he said, we're gonna make your own keys. And so we ground out all of our own keys for room 268, which slept like 10 people. And then we got to take the metal punch and pound in 268 in it. That's where we lived when we were in Minneapolis. It was pretty fun. And yeah.
So when did Twin Tone come into the picture then?
Twin Tone came into the picture in the early '80s. We had just kind of gone to Minneapolis. I would call it moving down there because that's where our home base was.
So how's the conversation from that group that was representing you here locally? Was it just a natural graduation up in the Twin Tone? Did they understand you moving on?
No.
Tell me about the tension. I want to know about the fight. Tell me what was going on there. I want to know about the blood and guts. I want to know about the tears.
Actually, Good Music Agency moved to Fargo Moorhead, and we jumped from Winston Kiefer to them. They had a bigger range of rooms to play. And then we kind of followed them to Minneapolis, too. About the same time they moved to Minneapolis, set up an office, and started booking us from there. And yeah, that's kind of what got us down there. I forgot the original question now.
Oh,
The tension. He wants drama.
I just want to know how pretty you are, Jeff. So what were you going to ask him about the whole Netflix thing?
Well, yeah. So I would like to know if Netflix made a biopic about you. Anybody? It's my favorite question. Who would play you in that Netflix biopic?
Who's my doppelganger? I've gotten a lot of that through the years.
Bono?
I got that a lot.
Ah,
He'd
quit
always
flattering
copy
him,
my
quit
yellow
flattering.
sunglasses, that fucker. Yeah, they're just I don't know. We'd have to put a little thought into that.
Yeah. Jeff.
Yeah, I get that a
who
lot.
said- I was thinking that earlier.
He married
Yeah.
a Moorhead girl, you know.
That's right.
There's a little Chris Christopherson in there, a
Yeah.
little bit hidden. Without the dementia. All right. So we got that out of the way.
Yes.
So yeah,
So,
but
go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, you.
Well, if you got, well, I mean, so Twin Tone, Changing Minds comes out in 1981.
Yep.
It's weird that, I mean, not weird. I'm sorry, I insulted you a little bit. The critics loved it. Is really what it was.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Oddly.
weird.
Well, we
People liked
recorded-
what you were doing.
I heard the music. It was oddly well received.
We recorded that with actually a club called Duffy's in Minneapolis. Really gave us a boost in those days. And
You recorded it in the bar?
no, but one day after we played, they knew that we weren't on a label or anything. And Danny Johnson, the owner, said, "Hey, you know what? I'll loan you guys $10,000 if you want to go across the street at Sound 80 and make an album."
I'll loan you 10 grand.
He loaned us 10 grand.
So what kind of mob boss is this guy?
It was sweet.
The hell?
And
Are
so
you still paying that back? That's right. In some
no,
capacity?
no, but here was the catch. We had to play Duffy's exclusively for a year, and every weekend we'd play there, $1,000 would come out of our pay to pay back.
Wait, is that movie that thing you
The
do
loan.
based on you guys?
Yeah.
That's literally what happens in that movie.
So we went to Twin Tone with Finnish Masters and said, "Hey, here's our record. Do you like it?" And they were like, "Yeah, let's put it out." So that was how we got signed to Twin
So
Tone.
how old are you then?
I was 21.
Good for you, man. That's
and
awesome.
then
How'd
and
you
then we
handle it?
recorded Changing Minds, or that was Changing Minds, and then we recorded Blind Impulse after that, and Twin Tone financed the record. We did it in their mobile unit. They had a Winnebago with a 24-track mixing room in it. Parked it in a warehouse. We were playing in one side. They
Wait,
ran
did he
a
just say Winnebago?
a Winnebago.
So it is that thing you do.
Winnebago man.
Or Breaking Bad.
Yeah. So is the that'd be more fun. Because that's when the blowing the hookers came in, right? Right around that in the Winnebago.
Here comes the drama part that you wanted.
Right.
So that was how we got our second album out there, and New York Times loved it.
second album, Blind
Robert
Impulse.
Palmer gave it like top
So
honors.
I saw
It
that
was
too.
really
Robert
sweet.
Palmer, the Robert Palmer,
The Robert Palmer
addicted
at
to
the New
Love
York
Robert
Times.
Palmer. He was a critic at the same time as being a musician.
No, a different Robert
Okay,
Palmer.
thank you.
Robert Palmer
that's
was
just
a
not
music
me, right?
critic
Other
at the
people
New
were
York
thinking-
Times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
And then
my
we
music.
were also fortunate enough to have Tony Glover, who wrote a cover story about us at that same time, on the cover story in the City Pages. And Tony Glover, for those of you that don't know him, he was a super heavy cat. He was in Corner Ray and Glover, one of the original West Bank folk bands when Dylan was coming up. They opened up for The Who when they arrived in Minneapolis in the 60s. There's pictures of him jamming with the Doors and Jim Morrison on harmonica out in L.A. I mean, he was just a super cool dude, and he come and hang out with us for about a month, and then came out with this cover story, and that really made people sit up and take notice in Minneapolis. They're like, wow, Tony Glover wrote this? So, I mean, that was kind of when we became, I think, a legitimate Minneapolis band.
You toured internationally also, did you
Not
not?
internationally, no.
You
I wish we
didn't,
would have.
Because Prince thought you were an English band, did he not?
The Time was quoted in an
Time
article
was. It
about.
wasn't Prince.
They were saying, "Wow, where'd you learn this?" You know, like Dirty Mind and Controversy were coming out around
Yeah.
that same time. I think Jesse Johnson from the Time was doing an interview with Miguel, and after Prince died, they pulled it all off
for
the web.
everybody's sake. Who the hell's Miguel? Let's back that.
Miguel's kind of a hip hop artist.
Okay.
And anyway, Jesse, they asked him, how did Prince, come up with this kind of funky, new wavy hard rock stuff? And Jesse said, "Have you ever heard of the Phones?"
Sweet.
And I was like, oh. And we didn't get that on tape.
Right. That's when you quit. That was weird.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. And I got to say, Jelly Bean, the drummer, just passed away this past week. He was
Yes,
he was
saw
a
that.
great guy, and I just spoke with him about a month ago. So I really was
I didn't
hit
realize
hard
Jelly
by that.
Bean, because I always knew him as a drummer, but he was a guitar
Yeah,
player.
he was a great guitar player.
did not
We
know
were
that.
at Wayne McFarland's birthday party about a month ago.
You were at
and
Wayne's too?
Everybody jumped up at the
know
Northeast
who Wayne
Palace, and I sang a few songs, and Jelly got up and played guitar, and it was great to see him
So how long ago was this?
a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That is cool. Good
Yeah.
for you.
And we had a good laugh because he direct messaged me like 3 years ago, I got like 4 different email accounts and DMs on all these things. And one day I'm in there and I'm like, Jelly Bean Johnson, hey, Jeff, we're going to play Wayne's birthday party. And this was a birthday party 4 years ago. And I'm like, I just saw this message now. Here I am.
Right.
Don't DM me. Here's my email address.
Do people know
I'm
who
old
Jelly
school.
Bean Johnson is? Do a lot of people know who Jelly Bean is? No, tell them who Jelly Bean is, because that's a hell of a
Drummer of the time.
Yeah, if you know the time.
Part of the Minneapolis sound, yeah.
He was a huge influence on Minneapolis music. Yeah. Kind of a legend.
Yeah.
Kind of. He was a legend, yes. So you go from 83, Blind Impulse. Everybody knows that album, right? And then you go on. So it's 3 years before Stickman comes out, correct?
Yeah.
If my notes are correct in my
Yep.
in your Wikipedia page, hasn't been screwed with.
I don't know the dates. I'll
It's
go
okay.
with what
I'm
you
gonna,
say.
I'm going to speak for you with dates. In 1986, you came out with an LP that was called Stickman. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Stickman.
Which was a great album. It's
It
still
was
in my
pretty raw.
rotation. I don't mean to be a nerd, but it is
pretty
on my
pretty
rotation.
raw. I mean, that was
Pretty raw, you said?
it was
Yeah, it's
raw.
not
It
as-
was pared
yeah.
down. It was very punk. I mean, the last record, Blind Impulse, was really kind of finessed and power pop, and there was a lot of harmonies, and there was guitar synthesizer and a lot of layers, and it was really kind of cool. But that's what Robert Palmer loved about it. But then, Steve left the band. In the interim, we hired a guy, Billy Brown, from Springfield, Missouri, good buddy of ours that we kind of met on tour, and he joined us for about maybe 2-3 months, and then he went back to Springfield and joined the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and then we ended up just kind of going in, recording that Stickman record like as is, as a 4-piece, really 3-piece instrumentally, and me just singing, and then I started playing some sax at that time. And we named it Stickman because it was a really bare bones record. It just made sense. And then after that, we had more changes. RT left the band, and then we auditioned a bunch of guitar players and eventually just kind of decided, Jim wanted to move from bass to guitar at that time. And I was getting a little restless just singing and playing some sax. So I started working on rhythm guitar, and we just said, let's hire a bass player instead. So that's what we did. And we thought, well, the name of the new band, we can't call it the Phones anymore because we're all on different instruments and we don't sound that way anymore.
Oh, okay.
And we
That was
kind of
the
wanted to
reason for that,
shed a
with
little
the
bit of our
name
past.
change? Just
Yeah.
because it was all just a whole new ensemble.
Yeah.
Well,
And it just made sense to
instrument-wise.
kind of, let's name our band what the last record was. It's kind of a nice transition into it. And that's how Stickman was born and formed. And then we,
So the lead song of that, Take Your Time, right?
yeah.
Everybody remember that song, Take Your Time, which is an awesome freaking song. So the breaking of the bottles. I mean, there's a story there. Like, you get yelled at for breaking these bottles in the alley. If you guys remember the breaking bottles part of that song.
That wasn't on Take Your Time. That was actually on Chainsaw.
No.
That was part of
the
Blind
pink,
Impulse.
pink crash. That's what that is? Isn't that?
Oh, no. You're talking about,
What am I talking
you're
about?
talking
I don't
about
even know.
water pipes and a stop sign.
Fuck yeah, I am.
So the
I don't know
beginning
what
of
I'm
Take
talking
Your
about.
Time, we worked with Eric Anderson from the Wallets, and we brought him in and wanted to get his percussive expertise, and he was down in our little basement in Minneapolis, and we had all these old water pipes, that had been replaced, and a couple of them that size and some smaller ones, and we just took like a hammer and went king, 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 and that
Yeah.
was a
But doesn't
Minneapolis
that song
stop sign
end
that
with
we
the broken
stole.
Bottle, or is that Chainsaw where the broken bottle is? Where you
Chainsaw,
get yelled at
Chainsaw,
by the
we
neighbors.
got yelled at because we were at Cookhouse Studios, and we were recording Chainsaw, and at the end they wanted to take a glass bottle and throw it and just shatter it. And so we had all these boom mics set up in the alley and outside the studio and reflectors, and we're throwing glass at the building over and over, and some gal walks by and says, "You cut that out." We're like,
you can
wait a
hear it.
minute here.
Yeah.
This is our record.
You rock and roll hooligans.
Yeah.
So we caught it on
You
the
just-
mic and kind of boosted it a little bit. You can hear it if
can
you
hear it.
at the end of the song, the last note, you hear the glass break, and if you turn it up, you can hear her say,
God, it's like a hidden track, like
cut that
Paul is dead type thing.
"Yeah,
I like it.
If you play it
Like,
backwards.
Yeah, I
yes,
play it
then-
backwards. She's actually saying go to hell.
we were known to do that."
So how many times have you guys reunited since you kind of folded? And do you keep in touch with the guys that were in the original Phones?
When we broke up in '89, we were.
Just feels like 4 years ago. Honestly.
Yeah, we were just exhausted. I mean, that many years on the road was tough. It was exhausting, and I just needed a break. So I got out of it and talked to one of our agents that had gotten out of booking bands, and he started booking photographers. And I'm like, well, what's that? He's like, well, come here, I'll show you. I got 2 studios, 6 photographers, and I go out to ad agencies and I show their portfolio and I try to match them up with ad campaigns that meet their style, match their style. So he was training me in, and his photographers were kind of looking at me like, here's this guy that's been on the road for 15 years. You want this guy to go into the ad agencies and represent us? And he's like, yeah. And they'd had no confidence in me at all. So I cleaned up my act a little bit.
How dare they? Did they not know?
I took out my ear gauges, my nose ring, and no, I'm just kidding. I probably got a new jacket or something and took a shower. And they're like, okay, sweet, let's go.
It's amazing what a good shower will do for you.
And I didn't know if I was going to make it.
Now you're one step above somebody that works at an agency at that point.
It was tough. It took me 5 weeks to land a job, and I got my first job with Ecolab, and I was like, whoa, this is great. And then I got the Aaron's Lawnmower catalog, and then Harley Davidson. It was all these big accounts started rolling in, and I was just like, I never looked back. I'm like, I'm going to keep doing this. This is fun. It's nice to change it up. And I never saw myself kind of being in the bars for my whole life, from 15 years old playing clubs. I wanted to experience something else. So I 35 years. I just retired from that biz a year ago, and we nice parlay into the beverage business.
So before we move on from music, you got anything for him on the music at all?
No. Well, I want to talk about real quick the touring, all that stuff. I mean, that's hard work, especially at that age. You know? I mean, it's like trying to figure out what to do, sell yourself, all that. And then you get into this. What do you think was more difficult, the music end of it, or trying to launch a product and get out there?
Yeah, let's intro Switchel.
It's kind of tough. This. Whenever you start something new, you just kind of dive in with both feet, and you just got to go for it. And you can't second guess anything, especially if you're really passionate about it. And I've always been passionate about what I do, whether it's music or my agency or this beverage, which was started out as a side hustle because, I always kind of need to have a creative outlet, whether it's music or something. And this was just old family recipes. This actually is a full circle moment for me because Switchel is something that my mom taught me to make like the first few days of our Flint rehearsals. And I would come home and I couldn't even talk. It was so hoarse, trying to be Robert Plant, Geddy Lee, Paul Rogers. I mean, I was just really going out of my range. And she mixed up this little glass of Switchel one day and said, here, gargle and swallow this. And I did. I gargled the whole glass and swallowed each one, and I got my voice back. And I'm like, what the hell? And so...
Was there brandy in that one? Or
no.
Okay.
This is organic ginger juice, apple cider vinegar, and honey. Mm-hmm. And Mom was kind of like, flying under the radar. She had 4 boys. She looked like the suburban mom, but... she was doing yoga in the 70s, and she was making Switchel and going to Toshi products and getting wheat germ and making granola at home. And we were just, the beneficiary of
hippie.
Kind of this hippie housewife lifestyle. And I made this in hotel rooms everywhere we went for 15 years. I didn't even know at the time it's a liver and a kidney cleanse. It's probably why I'm still here today.
What do you mean you're making in hotel rooms? Like in a bathtub recipe was going on?
No.
Well,
Somebody said that.
I mean, it's pretty straight up ingredients that you can.
This gets to the part of the podcast. This is actually, we're selling timeshares. This is a multi-level marketing. So if you buy 4 of these to get another friend to buy another
2 weeks
4.
a year.
Yeah. So talk to the women in the back. Go on.
So I mean, literally, I'd make it in hotel rooms. I'd bring it down on stage with me. I remember making it at the Curtis Gordon Hotel in Winnipeg and New York and down in Texas, and it was just so good to have on stage. And I just kept making it. And then when we broke up in '89, I kind of quit making it for a while. I'd whip up a batch when I was feeling under the weather or in the summertime when I wanted something thirst quenching and refreshing, but definitely not as much as I used to when I was on the road. And then we got an opportunity in 2017 to kind of take this brand, which was, we were just making it for friends. And you know how it goes when you do something for your friends and like, this is really good, you should sell it. So we did a few flea markets and those things for a couple of years, and we were just selling out of everything. At the time, we were doing 100-year-old recipes of hot pickled peppers and beets and pickles and Switchel, and just for fun. And then the curators of the Keg and Case Marketplace saw us at Tattersall selling this, and they were like, would you guys like to open a store in our new marketplace? It's kind of like Valhalla, or
Brewhalla. Valhalla. No, I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, that's a snowmobile.
Give me a minute.
That's actually my Viking snowmobile destination in Wisconsin. The Valhalla ski
now
area.
You've lost me, but I want to visit there with you sometime too. But
we will.
So hobby farmer.
So yeah, we just launched it. We launched our brand, and then COVID shut the building down, and we were hand making a lot of this stuff, so we had to quit making that. But the Switchel I had a co-packer for, so we do big batches of this down in Marshall, like 40,000 cans in a run. And we were able to hook up with some distributors, and now that's our business model: is let other people carry the overhead. We'll make it, we'll sell it. You know, we were at the Jasper across the street for about 3 years. They have it at Toshi in Fargo. We're at Zorba's in DL. We've got it at James Beard Award-winning Owamni by the sous chef in Minneapolis. W.A. Frost in St. Paul. A lot of really nice high-end restaurants like Parallel 46 in Cormorant Village carry it. Mm-hmm. And they're doing mocktails, cocktails with it.
I was just there.
And we just, we did it. We did the Julia Child Award Gala feature cocktail in 2023 with our Cayenne.
Bam.
And
Nice
I mixed it with a smoky mezcal,
That
with Grand
deserves it. Way
Marnier.
to go, Jeff.
Bam. Great drink, great cocktail.
awesome.
And they're serving it at the bar tonight. We gave them a bunch of Switchel. If you guys want to try it, you know, just mix it like a whiskey Switchel or a tequila with
Jameson
cayenne.
was good. The cinnamon.
We did a
I'm
little
I'm
Jameson
drinking
cinnamon.
JMO cinnamon
Yeah.
right now.
You can make an old fashioned with the cinnamon. You can do a Moscow Mule with the original. It's 90 calories. It's gluten free. A ginger beer's 235, full of sugar. This is all natural. It's all about health and wellness now, peeps.
Okay.
It is.
Kind of feel like we transitioned to QVC there for a little bit.
Should we do some questions?
What the hell just happened there? Yeah.
Where's my ShamWow?
We don't want to talk forever. That's right. So we're going to hand it over.
It slices, it dices, it mashes.
So we are full
Bugs.
frontal nerdity. Our producer is Sam Grantham. The good. What's it called? Good pod. What is it, Sam? I screwed it up. Good pod.
Good pod.
So he's going to walk through. We're going to a little Q&A. There isn't a center thing. If he's going to try to find Fish. Are you going into the audience?
I can do it. I'm going
Look
in.
at you.
Going
Fish
in.
is going in.
into the
God,
mouth
you're
of
so
the beast.
limber. How did you
Phil
get down
Donahue.
there?
I don't know. I'm gonna feel that tomorrow.
This is your chance.
All right,
questions
questions.
you always want to ask Jeff.
Jeff,
Yes, Gary.
Gary Thielen, class of 1982, Morehead High School.
Go Spuds.
My very first slow dance was to Flint, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Morehead South Junior High,
Nice.
winter of 1978. Do you remember what your opening song was?
What
Because-
was the gig?
South Junior High School cafeteria for the 8th grade dance.
Yeah, he remembers the Winnebago, and that's it.
But I'm guessing that Flint opened with the same song all the time.
God, that's a good question, and that's bringing me way back. I'm going to make a guess,
Why not?
and I think it's
They
going to
can't prove
be
you're wrong, man. Just do it.
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Wrong. Can't get enough of your love. Bad company.
I finally mastered Paul Rogers.
Or do you want to call BS on that because you think you would never open with that song?
Oh, we got another one.
That's a fun question.
Cerise.
Is that Q?
Yep.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing
Global
well.
phenomenon.
Hey,
I've been on your podcast before, your radio
Yes.
station before, too.
Yes.
Thank you
This
very
isn't
much.
your first podcast?
And thank you.
You son of a bitch.
I'm a cheater.
hey, two-part question.
Yeah.
favorite gig ever, and then second part of the question, besides Kirby's, favorite venue you ever played? Favorite gig, favorite venue.
Wow. You know, it's tough to say. I mean, 15 years, we did a lot of fun stuff.
Probably the 1988 class reunion show, huh?
I think so. That was pretty fun.
I wonder whose class that was.
I mean, it's really tough. I mean, we had a lot of fun at Duffy's. It was kind of like our home base. We could literally walk home from Duffy's after a gig, too, and where we lived for about 10 years, so that was fun. But then again, you know, some of these great old clubs like the Longhorn in Minneapolis were just pivotal in our kind of coming up through the Fargo Moorhead scene, moving down there in '79. Our first big opening shot was before First Avenue was named that, it was called Uncle Sam's. And they were moving away from disco, or at least having some live music during the week. And we got to open up for Robert Gordon, and on guitar was Link Ray. And it was just like so cool. And we were just like, wow, this is I was like 20 years old. And then we went over to the Longhorn and we played, and we opened up for a band called the Lawyers. And we also saw them the first time at the Trader and Trapper in Moorhead. And Good Music Agency was booking them, and they were kind of groomed. They were LA guys, Utah guys, being groomed to sign a label deal. And so we toured with them a little bit. We did Mobridge, and we did through South Dakota, and down in Coon Rapids at Thumpers, this big, huge club back in the 70s. And then we ended up at the Longhorn. And that was when we kind
Longhorn's
of...
where?
The Longhorn was downtown Minneapolis.
Okay.
That was kind of, you know, started in the late 70s. And when we opened up for the Lawyers there, we just kind of found our sound. And when they went on, there was people walking in front of the stage with our phones posters, and I'm like, oh, God.
How many times did you play the SU Armory, NDSU?
NDSU Armory?
Yeah.
You mean the field house?
Field House, right. Because
know,
that's
3,
like
4
memorable
times.
shows. For
Yeah,
myself.
3 or 4 times
That
maybe.
was that many. So what was the biggest venue you played?
Probably the biggest venue we did when we were at the Romantics. We did Concordia Fieldhouse, we did SDSU, and we did a couple others. And there was a big show in Minneapolis at Minnehaha Falls around that time, about 10,000 people in the crowd. It was a huge event to kind of launch KQRS's Hometown Rocks album. Might have been 101. Anyway, we did, funny story with this one. We did this big show, and we were having a blast and rocking hard and jumping around like we did. And this writer for the Twin Cities Reader, Paul Fishman Maccabee, I'm just coming off a stage, just could barely even breathe. Give me water. And he's like, can I interview you? And I'm like, give me just 5 seconds to get a glass of water. And he disappeared. And in the Reader, about 3 days later, came out this review. The phone sounded like a squealing sow in a Tennessee mudslide. And it just got better from there. I mean, he blasted us so bad because I apparently blew him off and didn't talk to him right on the steps going down. But to tell you the truth,
But down south, that would have been a compliment, probably.
that bad of an interview did nothing but good for us because people were there.
But people got pissed.
And
right?
we rocked, and they were like, oh, we know what's happening
Right.
here. So that was kind of fun, though.
Okay. Let's turn
I
back
still
to
have
that.
that article. I'll have to post it if I find it.
We'll put it on the Full Frontal Nerdity website.
There
Think-
you go.
Which is fullfrontalnerdity.fun.
Think I won't?
Couldn't find a URL. Or, is it, or it's Dart Fart. I can't remember what it is.
Favorite venue and gig could also be here tonight.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be evasive. There was just too many things, but
No,
you
that's
know,
all
it's
right.
tough to
Any
pinpoint
other
one.
questions out there? We got one here.
What about Navy Island, May 31st, 1983?
Navy Island. Oh yeah, with it was us, the Suburbs, REM, Replacements, Mitch Easter and Let's Active from Athens, Georgia, and then Dennis DeYoung came down from Styx. They were playing the St. Paul Civic Center, and came down to listen to us.
This is what Switchel does for you.
Up.
Well, that's going to cost me an extra $5, isn't it?
This is what Switchel does for your memory, you
You're
guys.
right.
I don't remember
Yeah,
when
so
it
were you
was.
there, Scott?
That's a hell of a lineup, Jeff. I mean, is
That
there
was a
promo
fun show.
poster? Is there a promo poster with all that lineup somewhere out there?
I don't know,
Or
but
didn't they
we
make
actually
things like that?
traveled from Fargo that day. I think we had done the Fargo Theater the night before. That was in '83.
Before or after you fell through the floor?
That was way before. So
right.
this was like, I think MTV filmed us for that.
What?
Yeah, that was
Look what
a
Switchel's
weird
doing for this guy. You've
gig.
never told me that MTV was.
there's a lot I don't share with you.
Makes
And
a lot of
rightfully
sense.
so.
Makes
Yeah.
a lot of
Should we do one more question here?
Sure.
Yeah? Anyone?
do it.
Anyone? Oh, way back
Guy
there.
in the back.
How many stages have you band broken today?
Yeah. How many stages have you broken? Was that the question?
Yes.
There was a little obsession with that earlier in this podcast thing, or with the article and
The
stuff.
article,
People really wanted to
yeah.
know about that Fargo Theater.
I was young
event.
and I wasn't of the best state of mind, and I thought that was like the first show, or the
No.
first song
No.
that you fell through. I was late to the show.
Last song of the
apparently.
night. Took a leap into the middle of the stage, just busted through. Oh yeah, 2. We did. We broke the stage at WeFest.
What?
Actually, I would say our crowd did dancing. So as they were building up WeFest or Sioux Pass, we were doing a show with the Suburbs, us, Mile One, a bunch of guys from Minneapolis, and people were rocking out in front and dancing on a platform, a wood platform that was the VIP platform. And that thing went just the whole thing broke and everything went down. There was nails sticking out of all the posts. And then so when the Suburbs went on, everybody had to be like 50 yards back. And it was no fun for them. But yeah, they poured concrete after that.
Speaking of the Burbs, where's your brother tonight, Jay Cerise? at?
Jay's down at the Turf Club watching the Verbs.
Watching the Burbs. What a dick.
Well, Steve
Come on up
Brancic,
for
a
the
former
show.
Phones
Oh, I
guitar
got the
players
Burbs.
in
What's
there.
that?
In all fairness, Steve Brancic's playing with the Burbs. now.
Still, it's come on. Does that rank? Come on. All right.
I know.
All right, if that's
All right.
is that about enough for us? Should we get him up on
Let's
stage?
get
and have
let's get some music
All right.
going, huh?
Thanks for sitting through this
All right.
portion. We're gonna tear down. Everybody get a drink. Everybody relax, go potty, and we'll get him back up here in about 15 minutes or so. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you.
Come